We're going live. We're live. We're live. How you guys doing? Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. Back for another episode. How you guys doing today? Welcome to Traveling with Bruce. I'm your host here in Creston, BC. How's it going today, you guys? June the 14th, 2018, Thursday, June the 14th, 2018. Wow, time flies. Lots going on. Just all kinds of stuff going on today. And what a great time we've been having here lately. I've been having a wonderful time. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a good time. Yesterday's show, wow, what a show with Jenny and Tony from Lido Loca. I still get caught up, get mussed up on that. I have to keep thinking the Lido deck, Lido Loca. See, Lido Loca. I'll get it. But I really enjoyed having them on. I hope you guys did. It sounded like you guys were enjoying yourselves. Lots of comments were coming in. They were watching the comments as we were speaking. They saw all the highs and how are yous, and they loved it. We haven't talked since yesterday's show, but I saw a few comments on their Facebook post, and also I think they did a comment or two on Instagram, and they were talking about how much fun they were having, and we enjoyed it very much. I really got a kick out of it. It was fun doing their show, the Cruise Wars Battles #4 with the steamer, and we had fun doing that, and I got a kick out of watching the reaction of the comments coming into that video on their channel, and people have been reaching out, and I've been getting messages from folks who watch La Lido Loca, saying, I'm now subscribed to your channel too, and thank you for that. Speaking of subscribers, when I was on the air yesterday with the two of them, we were sitting at 2,214 subscribers, and now 2,230, another 16 subscribers. That's, I think we've added about 70 subscribers in about 3.5 days to the channel, and that's because of the video that was on their show, on their channel, and now them appearing with me. And there's this constant sort of spillover effect. A lot of folks who don't see the show live, they see the show a little later, either in my case, or in their case, they didn't catch it Sunday night. They're catching it Monday or Tuesday or today, or they'll catch it this weekend. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that video breaks 1,000 views in the next couple of days and through the weekend. And every time somebody watches that show, that episode, they see yours truly and Steamer going at it. And some of them spill over and catch up to see what we're up to here, which is fantastic. So welcome one and all to the show, my long-term viewers and my newbies. This channel, it just passed its 10-month anniversary a couple of days ago. So I've been on the air now for 10 months as a YouTuber. Unbelievable how the time has just come through. 2,230 subscribers from a standing start. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed. Those of you who are watching me casually, if you're thinking about subscribing to this channel, I hope you are. Please do so. I'll tell you why you should be a subscriber. Today is a classic example. I loaded a video today without warning. There's a subscribe button here. There's a subscribe button here, and this one over here is the one you want to hit because right beside it is a little bell, little notification icon. It's a bell. Hit that. You'll get an email every time I go on the air with another video or when I go live. And today I did a video. I'm going to talk about this story today. Royal Caribbean bought 66% of Silversea Cruises, or Silversea Cruises, and they now own a big chunk of the 6-star cruise line space that is growing quickly and is the most profitable area of cruising from what I can understand. And Royal Caribbean has just made a move, and I think it's strategic. I'll go into that in a few minutes. We'll talk about that and why it's such a big deal. And like I said, I made that video this morning. I didn't know I was going to make that video today. I had no idea I was going to make that video, and I caught the news release. I read up on the story, did some research on the whole thing, and jumped on my software to put a video together as quick as I could and posted it. And those of you who are regulars of mine, a number of you probably got a notification icon, and others are finding out right now that this video has existed. I've put messages out on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter about this story, that this video is out there. But if you hit the bell notification icon, you'll be alerted that that video hit, and you'll have seen it hours ago, but you can catch it anytime you want. That's a big story. I've got another story, an update on that Hurricane Bud. Hurricane Bud off the coast of Mexico. I've got an update for you on that. I've got I have a viewer that sent me a message, and I'm going to read it to you. You're not going to believe this story. I couldn't believe this story when I read it. And then again, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting this YouTuber. I'm a tiny little YouTuber in the big world of YouTube, and I have got some of the most loyal followers imaginable. I talk to other YouTubers on the phone and compare notes. They cannot believe how loyal my viewers are to my show. I really appreciate it. I knew it. I know it already. I don't need outsiders to tell me this. But those of you who are new and who are watching me casually, you'll see me thank my viewers every day. I am so appreciative of your loyalty to this channel. It's fantastic. Amazon, I have a link to Amazon. It's an affiliate link, and I make no bones about it. It's a way for me to make money. If you folks out there are thinking of shopping on Amazon, I'm begging you, go to my channel first, hit the link to Amazon, which will take you right into Amazon, and then shop until you drop, because Amazon has these funds available. They're finder fee money. It's finder fee money. And they pay it out to whomever brings them the traffic, because they're an online marketer, and they need links and ways to get people to come in. And if you use me to get there, and you buy something on Amazon, I get a royalty. I get a little commission every time you buy something. And sometimes it pays up to 10%, depending on what it is. Other times it pays 2 or 3%. And I've been noticing every day there are clicks. I get these reports from Amazon. It says, Amazon tells me, hey, Bruce, you got some more clicks on Amazon. Your link is working. People are clicking on your link and checking out Amazon. And once you click on my link in a 24-hour period, if you buy anything on Amazon, you go there once or twice or 3 times, I get a royalty every time. I just ask you, as a matter of habit, if you're addicted to cruising and you're addicted to watching this broadcast, which I hope you become, click my Amazon affiliate link and head on over there and buy stuff, and tell your relatives and your friends and your associates and your coworkers and your best friends and your worst friends, and tell everybody you know, hey, help this guy out, Bruce, on Traveling with Bruce. Just buy something through his link, and he'll make a couple of pennies per purchase, a couple of bucks here and there, and it all adds up. And so that's what's been happening, and I appreciate that very much. Also, some of you folks have been picking up this stuff, Traveling with Bruce merchandise. You've been picking up coffee mugs. You've been picking up the T-shirts, the hoodies, the sweatshirts, stickers, wall clocks, and I've been getting photos from you when your product has been coming in, and I really appreciate you doing that, because it shows me the quality of the product you're getting. And so far, no complaints. Everyone's happy with what they're getting and how the product looks and how it feels and everything. I'm so happy. Redbubble, beautiful. There's a Redbubble logo on the top right-hand corner of my screen. If you go to my homepage, that's the homepage with the banner on the top saying Traveling with Bruce. You go over there and hit that little logo in there. You'll go right into my store. You scroll down a little bit. You'll come to all these logos that are available with Traveling with Bruce. Click all of them. Click one of them. Click 2 of them. I don't care. Whatever you get, it doesn't matter. They don't make it until you order it, and then they ship it to you. And Canadians out there, if you're from Canada, you're watching me. If you're from the UK or you're from Australia, remember this: there's no duties charged to you for anything you buy from my store, because Redbubble has manufacturing centers set up in your country. So if you're buying from me in Canada, there is no U.S. customs to get the product to you. If you're buying from me in the United States, it's being made in the USA. If you're buying from Australia, it's being made in Australia. And so I've had people from around the world tell me, I got the stuff, and what they charged me is all I had to pay. I didn't have to pay anything extra. No postman at the door, no customs collectors at the door. The price is the price, and I couldn't be happier. I'm just thrilled with that. So the quality is good. The delivery is good. There's no surprise customs charges. I'm a happy guy, and I can't screw it up, because I don't make the shirts. The shirts are made by these pros, and the cups and everything else, they're made by the professionals who know what they're doing, and they're taking care of you, and I'm just thrilled. So thank you, all of you, for that. And then, of course, any super chats that come in here, I acknowledge them right away. Thank you for those, although I prefer PayPal donations, because super chats are nice, but I only get 70% of the action. Where on a PayPal donation, 94 or so % of the funds that come through actually land in my PayPal account. And I thank you. And it's instantaneous. It's instantaneous. So if you're sending me a couple of dollars through a PayPal, or more than a couple of dollars, I could use it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, let's get on with the news of the day and what's going on out there. and say hi to my folks. There's just so much going on. Let's see here. Peter Heckema signed in first about an hour ago saying, hi, Bruce and everyone. 92 degrees in beautiful in Tarpon Springs, Florida today. Out in the boat yesterday, Gulf of Mexico water temperature was 89.7 degrees. Nice and warm. Our pool water today is 88 degrees. Hard to believe the Gulf of Mexico is warmer than its pool temperature. Wow, that is some pretty nice weather. That's why it's hurricane season in the Caribbean, because the water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico and the Southern Atlantic is warming up. Tom Henry, I knew it must be Peter when I saw one waiting. Laugh out loud. How is that caught in the corner? Tom Henry said, and also said, Bruce, I have an item to order from Amazon, but not sure how to do the link to you. Like I said, just below this description right here on this video, either right now or the video I did yesterday, the link is right down there. Just touch that link. You're going right to the Amazon page. And now you can just go from there and start shopping, and it'll credit me on anything you get. So it should be pretty simple. Hopefully that'll work for you. Peter Heckema, Tom, the cot under the PC is just fine. he's not sleeping here. That's fantastic. Let's see, Tom Henry. Well, I see your link. Let me know if it worked. I ordered an expensive doorbell chime. All right, I'll keep an eye open for the doorbell chime order. I'll know tomorrow. I get an update every morning. We'll see what happens. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Tom Henry, 86 and sunny in Richmond. He's saying, Randy Lucas is here. Greetings, Bruce, and all. It's 110 degrees just south of Yuma, Arizona, getting ready to cross into Baja, Mexico to Los Algodones. So wish me luck as I try to fool Mexican immigration once again. Randy, I think the getting in part is usually the easy part. It's getting out, isn't it? Coming back. Have a great one down there, Randy. Thanks for the update and keep safe. Have a great time. Tom Henry saying be safe. And Jordan, morning all. It's 23 Celsius in Brisbane today. Wintertime, she's saying, is coming. It was nice to see Tony and Jenny from Lolito Loca to drop in yesterday. It really was. We had a great time, and I've talked to him on the phone a couple of times, and I'll tell you, we're old pals. It's like we've known each other for years. Fantastic. I look forward to reading them someday. I think it'll be fun. And Jordan, hey, Peter, Thomas Henry, and Randy, ride safe. Tracy Dunlop is here. Tracy, hi, Bruce and all. Great show last night, Bruce. 92 Fahrenheit in Naples today. Started to hear thunder now. So I'm sure our afternoon rain will be along soon. The daily dose. And Jordan saying, hey, Tracy. And everyone saying hi to everybody. Wes Morrison, hey, everybody from 99 with a chance of rain here in New Braunfels, Texas. Welcome back, Wes. Thanks for your update today. Just as I was doing the video on the Royal Caribbean takeover, I got your email. Thank you for sending me that. Appreciate it. Let's see what else is going on here. Making sure everyone is good here on their link. I'm good on mine. Looks like picture is good. Everyone is fine. Yeah, we're seeing a nice clear picture. I got 14 thumbs ups. We seem to be all right. We'll look for any trolls out there. If we get any guests, we haven't had any for a few days. We'll see if there's any coming by. And Jordan, exciting. What a dream ship. Debbie Manuel, Tracy, humidity's not too bad here. Steve Bartley, Maurice, Sambucas aged elderberry extract. Ooh. Wendy Thompson, when is the spider and the kilt going on the shirt? When, Bruce, are you going to do the kilt? And when are you going to have the spider? You got so many themes to go after. I'll tell you, I got 15 or 16 logos now. I don't think you guys can keep up with what I'm making as it is, but don't worry. More will keep coming. And I love your ideas. Believe me, I really do. Wendy Thompson, when is the spider going? Will Paul Wilgus, laughing out loud. Debbie Manuel, guest by tomorrow by now. Let me just double check. I think I skipped a few messages here, so let me backtrack because I'm thinking some of these messages don't make sense. What are you folks talking about? Oh my goodness. Have I skipped over messages? Yes, I have. Apologize for that, folks. Here we go. There we go. Wes Morrison said hi. And then Tracy saying, that's one of my favorite shirts, Bruce. Love the design. I love that on the coffee mug too. There it is. I've got a coffee mug on the go today with my caffeine free. That's the TWB logo. There's the anchor is the T. Then there's the W. And there's the B. Traveling with Bruce. Love that design too. They look great also on T-shirts being on full display like that. Fantastic. Thank you, Tracy, for your support and liking this product. Richard C. Hi, Bruce. Hey, Richard. Paul Wilgus. Hi, Bruce and all. 84 in Virginia. Desi Wagner. Hi, Bruce and all. Partly sunny day here in Chicagoland. 85 and getting hotter. 100-degree heat index expected over the weekend. Hot and humid. Chicago's warming up. Winter is over, folks. Winter is gone. Wendy Thompson, 90 in Ocala. Hi, everybody. Hi, Wendy. Steve Bartley. That was fun yesterday. I hope you can do it with Don. Me too. I'm trying to reach Don. I'm reaching out to him. I would love to have him on this show. I think he would be a great storyteller. I'm really looking forward to trying to link up with him. I'm working on a number of people. D&G Explorers. Good afternoon, Bruce. 99 here today in Madeira. Was 103 yesterday. Those are YouTubers. D&G, if you get a chance, check out those guys and say hi to them for me. Lisa Moore, hello, Bruce and everyone. I'm trying to put something together with D&G right now. Maurice, tomorrow I leave to go to Florida and I'm sick. Oh, Maurice, get better. Please get better. I hope that just getting there makes you feel better. Keep the meds going. Hang in there. Lucky me. And Jordan, hi, Desi. Steve Bartley, one day I was in the Army Reserve in Ocala for a couple of years. He knows the area. He knows the area well. Scott Weber, hi, Bruce. It's overcast 68 here in Palos Verdes. Unbelievable. Let's go forward here for Scott Weber, 68. D&G, oh no, Maurice, sorry to hear. Pamela, hi, Bruce and everyone. Paul Wilgus, sorry to hear that, Maurice. Hope you get feeling better real soon. And he's saying, yeah, I hope the cold doesn't get worse when I'm flying tomorrow. I hope not. Gina Wells, Hulse is here. Hi, Bruce and everyone. Hi, Gina Wells. How are you doing? I believe you're in the Caymans. And welcome to the show. Everyone's saying, I hope you feel better. And Maurice, get some airborne to take. I hope you feel better. Seakeeper, hi, Bruce and all. 86 here in Tequila, Florida, South Florida. Muggy and more comfortable inside in air conditioning. Thumbs up. Big fat stainless steel whack-a-mole sledgehammer at the ready. Thumbs up. Fantastic. Seakeeper, you're ready to go. Any troublemakers, we'll get them out of there. Paul Lucas, I've made a few purchases on your Amazon link. Thank you, Paul, so much. I've noticed a few go through. I don't know who does it. They don't tell me the name. They only tell me the merchandise. So I don't know what it is you're buying. I just see stuff being bought. I don't know where it's going, who did it, whatever. It's all Amazon information. I'm not privy to that. I just get a commission on whatever goes through. As soon as it ships, they credit me on my account. So you guys mention any items that you're buying. I'll keep an eye open for it and make sure it comes through. But thank you all for hitting my link and getting over there. That is wonderful. Debbie Manuel, hi, Bruce, and everyone. Pushing 100 again today in Chico, Northern California. Hi, Debbie. Maurice, welcome back, Debbie. It's good to see you. Maurice, any advice on how I can get better by Saturday? Vodka, orange juice, plenty of fluids, right? Just keep drinking. Just keep drinking. Jim Thomas, too hot here in Anderson, California today. Yuck, hi all. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Jimbo. How you doing, buddy? Debbie, tequila, Maurice. Tequila, D&G. Maurice, I take probiotics and vitamin C daily. It helps me a lot. Paul Wilgus, Maurice, extra vitamin C, zinc, and airborne. And Jordan, hey, Debbie, how many days until the bliss? Tracy saying, Debbie, do you have a high humidity where you are? Debbie saying only 16 days. And Jordan, exciting, what a dream ship, the bliss. Tracy, humidity is not too bad here. It's California. It's not that bad, generally drier. Then Steve says, Maurice, Zambucas, aged elderberry extract. That's what'll do it for you. Went on the spider and the kilt going on the shirt. I'm catching up now. Guessing by tomorrow now, Wendy. And Jordan, any beanies anytime soon? Laughing out loud. Norman's here. Norman Duarte. How you doing, Norman? Kathy Butler's here. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Lunai is here from Hawaii. I forgot how to properly pronounce it, so I'm still winging it, my dear. Hi, Bruce and all. Hi, the 90s here in the Dallas area. Laugh out loud. The kilt. Strap the ride to the thigh. Cruise Wars was great. That's right. Strap the ride to the thigh and wear a kilt and let's go. That's how you get booze on board. Everyone's having fun here. Desi is here. Kathy Butler, it's after 5 p.m. Still feels like 95 degrees outside. Sticky and gross. We're at 62 degrees, folks. 62, cloudy, sunny. We're going to hit the 80s and 90s after the weekend. Still very cool here. Kathy Butler, love that. Jen has a list on your Amazon page. That's right. There's Jen's list. I've now started promoting my Amazon store because I'm now an Amazon influencer. So I can send out links to the page, to the homepage. And I can now send out links to my Amazon store, which has a couple of lists. It has a cruising list, things you should think about taking on a cruise, and it has a list of items that is called Jen's List. So there you go. Check it out when you get the chance. I'll be posting that link a little going down the road on my page here. It's also being posted on my Facebook page, Traveling with Bruce. Desi Wagner, Bruce, I purchased your Father's Day gifts for the hubs from your link. Can't remember what I bought. Well, now it'll be a surprise for both of you. How about that? What a great Father's Day this is going to be. Thomas Henry, I've been sick since 5/13. No help to you, Maurice. I have an allergy asthma appointment next week, and hang in there, Thomas. Thomas, hang in there, buddy. Don't leave me. Wendy Thompson, old granddad, he'll make you better. Tracy Dunlap, are the kids still in school in Canada? Because Beans always is late. The steamer school's been out for a couple weeks here. In Canada, they go to the end of June in some cases, so he could well be another week or two before he's out, and that's why he joins us around that 6 o'clock Eastern time. He kind of gets back from school. He probably gets out around 5:30 Eastern or quarter to 6, and then makes his way home, not too far from where he lives because he's in a small town. And then the steamer kicks in and says hi to us. So that's probably what's going on. He's probably finishing up with the school now towards the end of June here. And then the kids are out. So there you go. All right. I've got a story for you guys. I'm just going to pop this up here. I got an email, and I got to tell you, I was so pleased when I got this. I was so happy. And I wanted to send this, read this one to you. I have to literally read it off my email because this came from Tracy, and I gotta say thank you, Tracy, again for anytime you update me on stuff. But here's a story about the ship, the Carnival ship, the Splendor, that leaves Long Beach every week and goes down to Mexico. It has a 7-day cruise down to Mexico once a week. Usually goes to Cabo. It'll head sometimes to Mazatlan, and then it'll go to Puerto Vallarta. Sometimes Cabo and Puerto Vallarta only. And then works its way back to Los Angeles. This ship left on Saturday, supposed to be on a 7-day cruise, and they found out as they were heading south, they're heading south, a hurricane is heading north. Now, this Hurricane Bud, forecasters had predicted that it would be a tropical storm by the time it got anywhere near Puerto Vallarta, that it was just going to run out of gas because the water temperature gets cooler the further north you go in the Pacific Ocean. It got a lot of steam and energy down in the Costa Rica area down there, and it was barreling up north, but it was offshore. It wasn't on land. It was offshore, and it was causing havoc on the seaside, on the Mexican shore as it was coming north, but not as bad as it could have been because it was quite a ways out. But the lay of the land, if you ever see a map of Mexico, you'll note that the further south you go, and South America sort of heads a bit to the west until it reaches Panama and then goes to Colombia. In any event, this storm created a bit of an issue. Now, I did a video 3 days ago about this story, about Hurricane Bud and the Splendor ship, how Carnival stepped right up and said, folks, we have a problem. We've got a storm that's coming our direction. It's just the way it is. It's a hurricane. And we can't go to Puerto Vallarta. We're sorry. We're going to turn around and head back north. We're going to go back up to the U.S. and we're going to go over to Catalina Island. We'll spend a day in Catalina, and then we'll do a day stop in Ensenada, and that'll round up our cruise, because they did a couple of days coming down. The thinking was a couple of days going back, and then when it's all said and done, it's a 7-day cruise. They'll be back in Long Beach with no problems, with timing to spare. And here's what we'll do for you. We'll give you everybody a $200 onboard credit for this inconvenience of missing out on our Puerto Vallarta stop. And we'll give you a 50% credit against a future cruise. So if you spent, say, $600 each to be on this ship, you get a $300 credit towards a future cruise, whichever one you want, Carnival. And if you spend $1,000 each on a nicer balcony cabin, you get $500 towards a future cruise. So $200 cabin credit right now, $500 future credit per person on your next cruise. There you go. And the thinking I had was, well, that's the end of the story, because the ship was heading north and they were escaping that hurricane. They can outrun the hurricane. And the hurricane, then the forecasters said within 24 hours of me posting my video that it was going to run out of gas. It was going to be a tropical depression by the time it got to Cabo. And then it was going to turn in a little bit and head inland a little. And it was going to be just a bunch of thunder showers in Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona area, New Mexico, maybe parts of California. That's what I had heard. Well, here's the latest on the cruise. Tracy says to me, I thought you might like to hear details from on board the Splendor, the cruise that was meant to go from last Saturday until this Saturday. But it has been cut short. My relative took her family to celebrate their scuba certifications. They got scuba certifications, and they were going to do some diving. They ended up at 0 ports, 0, not one port Here's what she said today. Now, this is Thursday. Here we go. We left for our cruise last Saturday. We left. The ship got halfway down to Cabo Sunday. Sunday was a sea day all day. You get on the ship Saturday afternoon. It leaves port around 5 o'clock. All night sailing, heading south. All day Sunday, supposed to head south. Monday morning is supposed to be in Cabo San Lucas. Well, we had to turn back part of the way on Sunday because of a critically ill medical emergency. A passenger got critically ill. I watched a person being airlifted from the Coast Guard on a helicopter. So they didn't sail all day Sunday. They turned around and headed back until the helicopter could meet the ship because of the fuel amount, that the range of the helicopter. They picked this passenger up off the deck of the ship, and then the ship turned around and headed back to Cabo. So then we started to head back to Cabo, only to be told there's a hurricane coming and that we will be delayed a day getting to Cabo, thus losing a day at Cabo. So they weren't going to get to Cabo on Monday. They were going to get to Cabo on Tuesday instead of Monday. Then as we got to Cabo a day late on Tuesday, we're told that due to the hurricane, we won't be going to Puerto Vallarta. We're going to spend 2 days in Cabo, and then we're going to spend a day in Ensenada. That was the first announcement they made. Then we get to Cabo, and we're then told we can't safely tender because the water is too high already. The swales are already out of control because the system is coming north. The leading edge of the hurricane is already causing swales too high to even use the tender to go onto shore or to go scuba diving in Cabo. So they turn us around, she says. We head back towards the States. So now we're supposed to go to Ensenada and Catalina Island. Okay, there's still a chance to scuba dive. We've changed our excursions like 4 times in a row now. Up to this point, we still have been having fun on the ship and enjoying the sun. We've been having a great time. It's great weather because they're not in rain. They're still so far north. But then, because so many people wanted off and their money back, they couldn't ferry off the people to Long Beach, so they canceled Catalina. So the plan was, I guess, the cruise line probably told them that if you want a full refund, we'll give you a full refund. You can get off the ship in Catalina. That would be like day 4, something like that. And you'll just take a ferry from Catalina over to Long Beach, and you can go home from there, and we'll give you a refund. Well, so many people wanted to do that, they couldn't accommodate them all. Too many folks were going to want to do it because they had a list. You had to register at the front desk. Do you want to do it? Let us know. So they said, so they canceled Catalina entirely because they couldn't handle the flow of people wanting off. So this morning they said we ported in San Diego. Now I'm thinking the reason they ported in San Diego is that there's not enough room. They can't get to Long Beach right now. They're not allowed in that pier until Saturday. That's their reservation. That's when they're allowed. There are other ships using that pier right now instead of theirs. So they went into San Diego. We've been stuck on the boat for 6 days now. We were still having fun until the sun disappeared Tuesday night. We just did a 2-hour drive to Long Beach Harbor so we could head home 2 days early. The only good thing about this whole nightmare is that we're getting a full refund, not the trip that we were hoping for, but 4 good days on the boat. Now she said something else about this this info. I'm just going to see if I can find the story. Pardon me while I'm looking this up because I noticed my download the remainder. Let's see if I can download the remainder of the story. Talked about the deal that they were offering for this inconvenience. And let's just see if I've got that here. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Okay, it's a story to remember, not a nightmare, but pretty close. I thought you might like to hear details from on board the cruise that was meant to go. And let's go all the way down to the bottom here. Here we go. I asked about compensation, and this is how that went down. So this is Tracy asking her relative. We had a choice, she said. We had a choice. $200 onboard credit and a 100% money is applied to a new cruise. Or if we left today in San Diego, we could get 110% of our money back. Our cruise plus 10% more. We chose the money back because we didn't know when we can return, and it expires in 18 months. So they didn't know when they could do the next cruise. And they only had 18 months to book their next cruise under this deal. So they took the 110% cash back. They had the 5-6 days for free. They were on the cruise. They were on the cruise the whole time. They were fed. They got to enjoy all the amenities, all that sort of stuff. But they decided, well, why don't we take our money back and leave now? And that way, we're not under any pressure to book another cruise. And so that's what they've done. So obviously, the deal I mentioned on my video was it was a $200 credit and a half off a future cruise. But we'll do Catalina and Ensenada. Well, they canceled Catalina. They canceled the 2 days at Cabo, and they just headed right back to San Diego. So that's where the ship is now. It'll probably be in Long Beach on Saturday, or it'll leave San Diego Friday evening. It'll stay in international waters and then come into San Diego as usual on Saturday. And the rest of the passengers will get off the ship on Saturday with 100% refund, and they've enjoyed a $200 credit in the meantime, and they can use that credit towards a future cruise. But these folks took their dough and headed back because they're obviously from California and they can do that. So there's a story for you on the Splendor, an update on this hurricane. The last on the hurricane that I've heard is that the hurricane did peter out and is now a tropical depression, but it's creating all kinds of havoc. It's got swales everywhere. It's still powerful winds. I mean, 30, 40, 50 mile an hour gusts, but it's now heading more inland, and it's just a dumper of rain going forward for probably the next 4 or 5 or 6 days. So that's what I know about that. Unbelievable. I'm just going to catch up with my comments now as they're coming through here. Let's see. Thomas Henry School still in session here due to all the snow days. They even had a flood day a week ago. Yeah, we've had issues across Canada in various spots, especially in the West. Peter Heckema, what Carnival did to help out its passengers goes miles regarding good public relations. I would not hesitate to take a Carnival cruise just because of that fact. The gesture will come back tenfold. I agree. I agree totally. Good afternoon, everybody. Tommy Ray's here. Hi, Tommy. Heather Young. Hi, Mr. Bruce and Miss Jen. Everyone. 84 in Kentucky, but feels like 100. Yuck. I guess it does. Yeah, you know, this shows you how cruise lines don't know everything when it begins. They kind of adjust as things go along, and obviously, they didn't know when they redirected the ship to Cabo and just spend 2 days there that they couldn't tender. And when they got there, they realized, oh, it's so bad here, we can't even tender, unfortunately, because you cannot bring the cruise ship right to the pier. There is no pier in Cabo to go to. The next closest pier would have been in the Mazatlan, which would have been another day's sail, but that's further south and against the shoreline. I doubt there would have been any fun there. It would have been blustery, windy, not fun conditions. The port in Mazatlan may not have been able to accommodate them. They may not have had a pier reserved, and so all kinds of ships would have fled. You know, they would have been fleeing the hurricane, heading to Mazatlan, and the port would be chock full of ships. No room at the inn for this cruise ship. So, because they can go 25, 30 miles an hour in the open seas, they could have headed right out to the Pacific and just gone out a couple hundred miles and stayed there in flat water, or they could have done what they ended up doing, which was go north. And let's see if we can go to Catalina, Ensenada, hang out there, because we're well north of the system now, otherwise, we can always head back to U.S. territory. Since the ship did go to Cabo and was in the port, the harbor of Cabo, they visited a foreign country on this cruise. So under the Jones Act, they're able to come back and hang out in the U.S. until their next cruise takes them out. So they're finishing this current cruise with its current complement of passengers just docking in San Diego. And the folks can stay on the ship or get off and enjoy San Diego all they want. It's up to them. And on Saturday, it'll be in Long Beach. The folks will depart. They'll get disembark, and the new folks will embark. And that hurricane is gone, and now they can head all the way down to Cabo. Water is, I'm sure, will be calm as can be by Monday when they get there. And then they can go to Mazatlan and or Puerto Vallarta. Things will be back to normal. But that is a brief history here of what's going on. Pretty crazy. Let's see here. Steve Bartley, hope the storm makes it to Arizona and Southwest Colorado. Charles Jordan, hi Bruce and everyone. Heather Young, hi Charles. Thomas Henry, greetings. Sylvia, hi Bruce and everyone from Greensboro. Hi Sylvia. Heather Young is saying hi. A seakeeper, anytime now, the local TV news weatherman will start monitoring tropical depressions forming off the coast of Cape Verde in Africa. That signals the beginning of hurricane season here in Florida. You betcha. D&G Explorers, I think the thing I'm learning the most about cruising is open to change, that nothing is set in stone and can change at a moment's notice. Just stay positive and enjoy. Medical emergencies, this is another thing about these big cruise ships. Not that the Splendor is massive. It's 3,000+ people, so it's a good size ship. But you got 3,000 cruisers on board, or 4,000 on the Bliss, or 5,000, 5,000 or more on the Bliss, 4,000, I guess, on the Horizon, 6,000+ on the Symphony of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, 6,000 heartbeats, 6,000 human beings plus the crew. You've got passengers who are stressing themselves like crazy, and we got a couple right here getting ready to go on cruises. They're all excited. If you're in very good physical condition, it's okay. But if you've got medical issues, you're on meds, and you've got high blood pressure problems, heart problems, and you're getting ready to go on your last cruise, or maybe it might be your last cruise, it might be your second last cruise. By the time these folks get to these cruise ships, they have stressed themselves out for a week prior to the cruise, getting ready to pack and not forgetting anything. Then there's the day of travel. For some folks, it's just a car ride, like my Floridians who are loving it. They've got a car ride to the port, not too stressful at all. But you've got people who have to fly in from far out, whether they're from overseas or whether they're from one port of the U.S., one part of the USA to another, maybe Chicago to the Los Angeles or Chicago to Florida. You got people who are getting all antsy about the fact that they've got a travel day, and it might be on the day of the cruise, which I don't recommend. The day before the cruise, getting into a hotel and then getting into the cruise. If you're not used to it, or if it gets to you too much, you're stressed up. You're stressed up. And now you made it. You're at the dock, you're at the pier, you check in, you're getting on the ship, and it's exciting. And now it's the second day of you trying to relax and calm down, and your system, your body is going, enough already. You've put me through 2 weeks of stress until this point in time, and for some folks, it's just too much. And we hear about these medical airlifts from sea, and folks who are, in their 50s and 60s and 70s, and they're either overweight, one biscuit short of too much weight here, they're drinking a little too much, they're partying a little too much, and their system is shutting down because they're not. It's not the same anymore as it used to be. There's an expression I love to use, it says, it used to be a lot easier. And I got to attribute that to an old pal of mine from Texas who I used to know in the Cayman Islands. We were coworkers, and he used to tell me two things. It's all about you, isn't it? It's always all about you. And it's not so easy anymore. And it's not that easy anymore. As we get older, we got to pace ourselves and take it easy. And when you get on these cruises, don't think just because you're in a cruise ship, you can go party like a party animal all of a sudden. No, you got to relax. That's what a cruise is for. A cruise is actually designed to unwind a little bit. Well, some of these folks are finding that they can't. So you've got to be, like D&G is saying here, when you get on a cruise ship, all bets are off. You're not at work, theoretically, unless you're a remote worker, which, we know about those who are working on cruise ships. I'll be one of those workers on a cruise ship, but doing my YouTube show. You shouldn't be at work. You shouldn't be bothered by work. Shut the damn cell phone off and put it in your vault and keep it on airplane mode, and don't answer the damn phone. You should be easygoing now with an easygoing schedule. It shouldn't be a regimented schedule. The only regiment you should have is your meds. If you're supposed to take your meds at 9, 2, and 6, stick to that regiment. But other than that, you eat when you want, you nap when you want, you swim when you want, you relax in the spa when you want. Take it easy and change your lifestyle for that period of time you're on the cruise ship, and make it work for you. De-stress. It's going to take you a couple of days. Until the third day of the cruise, you're not in cruise mode yet. You're still in home mode. You got to get out of that routine and relax. And sometimes 1 week's cruise isn't enough. Do a back-to-back or take a 14-day cruise and really unwind. But it's tough for people. I get it. We have bills to pay, people to please, relatives to adhere to and tolerate. I get all that. Then there's the kids. Don't forget the kids. It's not that easy. But, you got to be open to a change. So sometimes the cruise line will change its itinerary without all of us knowing it because of a medical emergency, a weather system, mechanical problems on the ship. Anything can happen. Relax. You'll get back to the port when you get back to the port. Who cares? You're going to be okay. They got lots of food. They got lots of alcohol. It's all good. Let's see here. Tracy Dunlop, do you know if you have to tender at K? You shouldn't. I don't think so. There's a pier there. Should be a pier there. As far as I know, let me just, anyone else can answer that question. In the past, has K always had a pier, or have you had to tender in the past? Let me know. Susan Hoffman, yes, stay positive. Enjoy. Best thing you always want to take on a cruise is a good attitude. Absolutely. Seakeeper, don't hate me because I can drive to the 4 cruise harbors. No, Seakeeper, we envy you. It's not hatred, it's envy. There are other people coming. There more joiners are coming your direction, buddy. People are moving down there. Wendy Thompson, Seakeeper in Michigan. If our transportation director could walk to school, we had school, but that was in the 70s. Oh my goodness, the old days. Remember walking to school without supervision? Oh man, it doesn't exist anymore. Seakeeper, and treat every cruise like it might be your last. Yes, sir, because you never know when it's over. Wendy Thompson, but now hubby and I live in Florida. Guess who can drive to port too? Wendy Thompson has joined the club, and I'm so happy for you guys. I know you've been planning this one, and it's coming together. It's fantastic, Wendy. Aluni, each Carnival cruise I've been on, there's been one medical emergency. The Princess Cruise had 3. How about that? My last cruise on Princess, Puerto Vallarta, they took a guy off on the gurney just as we were getting ready to leave port. We're supposed to leave at 4. We didn't leave until 5. They had a medical emergency on board the ship that had been brewing for a while, and they decided that they're going to disembark this passenger right at this pier. They had an ambulance come, and they couple packed the wife. She had to pack up all the stuff. I saw the suitcases come out. Then I saw the gurney come out, the stretcher, and onto the ambulance. And they put all the luggage in the back of the ambulance, and she got in there with them. And they had the paramedic in the back, and the other paramedic driving, and went to the hospital. That was the end of the cruise. Day 5, the cruise was over, but at least it wasn't a helicopter lift. Thank goodness for that, because after Puerto Vallarta, it was a 2-day sail back to Los Angeles. We had 2 days at sea to get back home. So they did the right thing, get them off on land there and look after them properly, because Puerto Vallarta has excellent medical facilities. Excellent. Let's see here. We've had changes on cruises due to weather issues. Never bothers me as long as I'm on the ship. I don't care where we go. I go with the flow. More sea days, more time to meet new people. Tracy says, I agree. Well done. Richard C. Bruce, a day on the water is better than a week on land. You got it, buddy. Sylvia, for Tracy Dunlop, I think you have to tender in Coco Cay Island, she thinks. Seakeeper, new dock at Coco Cay is scheduled to be finished this month. Okay. So the tenders will be over in a month from now. No, you can dock at Coco Cay, Peter says. Very good. Tracy Dunlop, laugh out loud, Seakeeper, but 2 weeks off due to Irma. They cancel holiday days during the year to still get out at the same time. Sylvia Swan, maybe I'm wrong about Coco Cay. Sorry about that, Sylvia. Thomas Henry, Tracy, I only do NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line tours, and agree with you. Go with the flow, and Norwegian will credit you for any tours not done. There you are. Take it easy, relax. Don't let it get to you. It's all good. You're on a cruise ship. What do you care? You're on a cruise ship. You're on a floating 5-star type resort. Eat too much, drink too much, have too much fun. It's all good. Well done. All right. A story of the day that I was following that I wanted to give you a little more info on was the Royal Caribbean takeover of the Silversea Cruise Line. Silversea Cruises is valued at $2 billion. They have 10 ships at sea right now. They've got another ship coming. The Silver Moon is coming out in 2020. That's a $370 million ship, which is a sister ship to the Silver Muse, I believe. About 600 passengers and 450 crew. So we're talking a very high passenger and crew ratio, service galore, 6-star, everything. Another $370 million ship is being built as well in Italy right now. They just started it. Silver Dawn, it's going to be called. That's for delivery in the 4th quarter of 2021. So Silversea has been expanding on its own as it is. This is the company, you'll recall a month or 2 ago, you remember the cruise ship that got cut in half? They split her right down the middle and welded her open, spread her open, and they put a 49-foot chunk of new cruise ship in the middle and welded it all back together and built it out. That was a $90 to $100 million dry dock in Italy, the same shipyard that builds these guys. They added this chunk of cruise ship to add 12% more capacity. The ship now is as long as, about 700 feet long, so it's as long as the other sister ships coming out. And they added a larger pool area on the top deck, added restaurants and cabins on this ship. So made it even nicer than it was. That's the company I'm talking about, Silversea. They're a privately held corporation, and they're not publicly traded, but they're now part of the public company. The owner and the founder of the company, the owner of the company, sold off 2/3 of the company to Royal Caribbean. Took $1 billion in cash, and then Royal Caribbean has assumed the debts of the company as part of this package. And they've also granted the owner a stock package. 472,000 shares of Royal Caribbean stock will go to him. They're worth today $108 a share, which works out to about $51 million. A $51 million bonus is coming to this guy based on certain performance parameters for 2019 and 2020. So he's going to continue to run the company. He's still the boss. He runs the show, but he's now part of the Royal Caribbean family. And if his line performs as he expects it will, and because it has been, he will then earn this additional 472,000 shares of Royal Caribbean stock. Now, out of curiosity, I wanted to find out, well, how much of Royal Caribbean will they end up owning? And it works out that with all the shares he has, he'll own 1/4% of Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, because the Royal Caribbean generates 20 billion bucks in revenues, huge compared to this line. So that's a pretty good deal. Royal Caribbean has 26 of its own ships, 4 to 5 star lines. It owns Celebrity, 10 ships there, with the Edge coming later this year, 5-star line at least. They own, I think, most of Azamara Lines, which is 3 ships of all 5 to 6 star higher end. And they own 49% of Pullmantur lines, where Royal Caribbean takes their old ships and sells them to their subsidiary, Pullmantur. That's a 3 to 4 star line, but very affordable if you want to go on a cheap price cruise. If you're a university student, just graduated, you want to go on some nice cruises, but cheap, Pullmantur is for you. They have 4 ships. They own half of that line. And then they own 50% of a company called TUI. TUI operates in Europe for German passengers. They operate the Mein Schiff cruise lines. These are generally brand new ships, so not very old. There are now 6 of them, and a 7th is coming out shortly. They own half of that line, a 4 to 5 star cruise line, mainly catering to the German clientele. Silverseas will fit in perfectly with Royal Caribbean. This is a pure 6-star high luxury cruise line that goes to places like Monte Carlo for the Grand Prix. They go to Monte Carlo for whatever reason. They go to Venice all the time. They're in Barcelona. They're in the Mediterranean. They're in the Caribbean. They do round-the-world cruises. And you're looking at an average of $800 per evening. I looked at a cruise this morning, a 9-night cruise on Silversea. Oh, thank you, Peter. Thank you for the contribution. Just saw that come through. July the 8th, they're doing a 9-night cruise from Monte Carlo to Venice, $800 a night per passenger, $1,600 a cabin, no inside rooms, all suites. $7,200 total cost. It includes all gratuity. It includes all alcoholic, non-alcoholic drinks. It includes all unlimited Wi-Fi, all restaurants. There are no specialty restaurants on board this cruise ship. There are no extra charges for that. The only extra charges you'll run into is if you go into the hair salon, get your nails done, get your hair done, or getting a massage. Of course, you'll pay the masseuse and you'll tip those folks for their services additionally. That's a separate matter. That's nothing unusual there. But all access to the entire ship is included, and they go to some very nice ports. It's not uncommon for them to go to Venice and have 2 nights in Venice. It's not uncommon for them to be in Rome 2 nights. It's not uncommon to go to Monte Carlo, to Monaco 2 nights. Monaco. This is a cruise line that's not in a hurry. You're not scrambling 5,000 people to this cruise ship. You're looking at 400, 500 people. Some of the cruise lines they have, some of the ships they have only accommodate 1 to 200 passengers. And so they're glorified yachts is what they are. High-end stuff, $2 billion valuation, even though there are only 10 ships here, because of the clientele and their reputation for excellence. And so now they're part of Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean can now utilize their buying power for fuel on a bulk contract basis. They can now fit in these extra 10 ships. So when these 10 ships get refueled, they're buying fuel at the price that Royal Caribbean pays. They're getting a heck of a deal there. They're buying food now under contracts going forward, large tender contracts that Royal Caribbean will be setting up with them. So they're going to be integrating their buying power together with Royal Caribbean. This deal closes later this year. It'll take a few months to shut this deal, make it go through. By next year, a year from now, the entire line will be integrated into Royal Caribbean's entire reservation system, marketing system, promotions. So you're going to see, we're all going to begin to notice, oh, I'm seeing a lot of ads for Silversea all of a sudden. That's because they're going to be marketed by the machine that markets Royal Caribbean, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with Celebrity. They know what they're going to be doing here. It's a perfect fit, an absolute perfect fit. I think strategically, Royal Caribbean had to do it because if they didn't buy these guys, it could have been Norwegian buying them, or it could have been MSC. There's a possibility that MSC might have bought these guys and created an ultra luxury division within MSC called Silversea. And the other outlier could have been Viking. Viking could have bought them as well because Viking is firing on all cylinders. Every 9 months, Viking is getting another ship. Viking is growing so fast on the ocean division. They're still expanding like crazy on the river side as well, on the river cruises. But on the ocean cruising, Viking has got ships on order, I think 5 or 6 more right now. They're going to be up to 12, 14 ships within about 3 years, 4 years. They could have been a buyer for this cruise line, but Carnival stepped in there and grabbed them now. And it's a smart move because you've got port rights. They have rights to go into all kinds of ports of call through their line. They've got an experienced crew, experienced staff, loyal clients, following that's just loyal as can be. Like Cunard has a following. That's why Carnival bought Cunard. Same with Holland America and Princess. They bought these lines. They got them at a good deal, and they got all those passengers and all those loyalty points. They grabbed them all, and they're taking good care of these people. Royal Caribbean, I don't think they're going to screw this up. I saw a few comments from a few folks wondering, well, is this going to cheapen the line? I don't think so. I think Royal Caribbean is already upping their game with every new ship that they're bringing out. The Spectre of the Seas, the stats and the specs on that ship is a leg up on Quantum of the Seas, which is a leg up on their Voyager of the Seas cruise ships. Royal Caribbean with now Symphony of the Seas. Have we seen the innovations on Symphony of the Seas? Unbelievable. They're really a step ahead of Harmony of the Seas, and Harmony was a leap ahead from Oasis and Allure of the Seas. So every new ship Carnival brings out, they're upping their game. I think the upgrades will continue for Silversea. Silversea has been doing renovations other than that 49-foot add-on that's where they cut the ship in half and added that chunk. Other than that, that was the most dramatic move they've made. But they have quietly been doing dry dock upgrades on the rest of their fleet. So all 10 ships have been in dry dock in the last year or two. And if there are any that haven't been, they're probably scheduled to go into dry dock very shortly. This move here with Royal Caribbean, Silversea ships will be top of the line and will stay top of the line going forward. There'll be no trouble there. They've got deep pockets now with their big brother looking after them. This will be a most interesting marriage of two interesting parties. And I think for cruisers, I think it'll be great. If I ever got the chance to go on a Silversea cruise, I'd take it. I'm more than happy to run my show on the deck of a cruise ship on Silversea. Matter of fact, for that matter, heck, if Royal Caribbean wants to give me a call and have me come on one of their existing ships, just pick up the phone or send me an email. I'm available to do these live telecasts right on the deck of a cruise ship because I know their internet connection is faster than some of the land connections. I'm sure it's faster than mine. So I'm quite excited about what's coming up. Looking forward to being on a few Carnival cruise ships going forward and a few other lines as well. And as soon as I know I'm on a cruise ship, I'll let you guys know and we'll get together. Anyway, there you go. There's a quick, a little more of an update on what's going on here with regard to the ship. And for those of you who are new, this is what I love to do. I love to talk about cruise ships, cruise lines, news of the day, what's coming up, what to look for in the future. Try to help people who are watching here with questions on cruises. Any of you who are watching me for the first time, or if you're watching this telecast 6 hours after it was live or the day after, catch a live show with my gang here and sign in and tell me, what are you watching me from? What hometown? What's your hometown? What's your high temperature today? And let us know. If you're a new cruiser, we will help you any way we can with the info you need. And if you're a veteran cruiser or you haven't been on a cruise ship for a while, say hi to us. We'll let you know what's going on out there, because the changes are happening at light speed. It's like every week something big is going on. And if you haven't been on a cruise for 5 or 6 years, you're out of touch. It's unbelievable what's happened in the last 5 years. And the next 5 years will be something else too. I think it's going to be fantastic. So anyway, that's what I wanted to mention today. I'm just going to catch up with any more comments that have come in since I've been yapping away here about this merger. And Jordan, go with the flow. Yeah, and Jordan saying, agree, D&G, just go with the flow. Cruising is relaxing. It's great to meet people. It's great to meet new and exciting people, especially if you get sat at a table for 8. You'll meet all kinds of new folks you never met before. Fantastic. Sylvia saying, if you have 47 people watching, how come only 17 thumbs up? Give Bruce a thumbs up, people. She's saying, well, how many thumbs up have I got? I got 33 thumbs ups as far as I can see. I am excited. That's fantastic. It used to be a struggle just to get the 30. Now we're just blowing through 30 almost every day. I love it. Thanks you guys for thumbs ups. And Jordan, I agree. Sylvia, Thomas Henry, don't they use less fuel to do the sales? Don't they use less fuel to do the sales? Well, if you've got cruise ships with sails, they will, but then they're limited to the size of the ship, because you're taking up space on the deck for those massive masts and all the equipment down below. You're limited to maybe a 500-600 foot ship, 300 passengers, 350 passengers. Where with a powered ship like this, you can get up to 600-700 easily. But a lot of these ships are now going to be converting over the next 10 years to liquid natural gas. They're going to convert to that. Let's see. Thomas saying, I see 30 thumbs ups. Richard C's giving me a thumbs up. Seakeeper sales. What sales? Tracy Dunlap, Lillian's boss just came back from Silversea and Viking Cruises. Can't imagine what they paid, but she brought back some Viking mugs. Fantastic. Tracy, back-to-back cruises. Wow, back-to-back cruise. One Viking and one Silversea back-to-back. Wow, that's pretty cool. They've been gone 3 weeks. How about that? Imogene, my bubble stuff shipped today. Did the Amazon thing. Oh, Imogene, thank you so much. Glad to hear it. Can't wait to get your bubble product, your merch from Bruce. I'm looking forward to seeing a photo. If you want to post it on my Facebook page, Traveling with Bruce, come on over there and visit me, folks. If you haven't been there already, join up, and I'll ask to join the group, and I'll let you in right away. I'm the administrator. I let in everybody except the trolls. No trolls. I'm looking forward to, as days go by, I noticed lately all kinds of folks have been joining the Facebook page and posting photos of their vacations that they've been on, ships that they've been on. I love it. And the thumbs ups are going all over the place. People are just loving this thing. So thank you for joining Traveling with Bruce on Facebook, because it's addicted to cruising 24/7, where I'm only on the air for an hour and a half a day. Here you get to see this action continue all the time. Thanks again for all of you joining in on my my affiliate link on Amazon. I make no bones about it. It's a way for me to get some money. Thank you for buying on Amazon through my link. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you for contributions to my PayPal account. I just saw, I think it was Peter just sent me a contribution on my PayPal. Thank you so much, sir. It's not the first time you've done that, and I really do appreciate it. The email stuff, I always get an email that says, Bruce, you received money. You got money. Oh, I love emails like that. I live for those. We'll see how they go. In the meantime, those of you who are sending me contributions by buying this stuff, thank you. Those of you going to my Amazon link, thank you. Those of you who are going to my Patreon site, becoming a patron, thank you for that. Not that I have very many. Thank you for that. And again, thanks for all your encouragement and all of your best wishes and everything. I do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to adding new YouTubers to my show from time to time. I want to do more interviews with more YouTubers so that you folks can hear from other folks out there, and we can compare notes with these guys. I love it. A couple more notes coming in here. Seakeeper saying, I got my travel mug with a propeller on it from Redbubble. Nice, Mr. Bruce. Very nice. Tried it this morning, and it kept my coffee hot about an hour. I'm a sipper, not a gulper. Perfect. Glad to hear that the travel mug is working out. They look pretty good on the site. I've heard nothing but good things about these travel mugs. Thank you for getting one, Seakeeper. All of you out there for picking up an item and using them. I love it. I love using these cups. When I put my diet, you don't see a can anymore, do you? I'm now putting my caffeine free in here. Brown fuzzy water. Gotta love it. And coming from a TWB mug, traveling with Bruce mug, you gotta love that. I'm just so excited, so stoked. My numbers are going up the last couple of days. My views are increasing. My subscriber counts are increasing. All thanks to you guys. Thank you again. Share my videos on Facebook if you can. Share my link for Amazon if you can. Let the world know this is a way to help this guy and build his channel, keeps him on the air. I appreciate it very much. Well, there you go. That's today's show. I'm on a little later today. This is only show number 1. I got a second show coming up. It's Thursday. I got trivia tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time. I've got trivia questions. I'm ready to roll. You guys are in such trouble. No Googling, though. I'm looking forward to tonight's show. I got a couple of different topics, and I've got a Hollywood topic tonight. I've got a Hollywood trivia question topic tonight. I'm really looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. You guys are going to have a field day with these. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't been to a trivia show, what we do is I've got a trivia question that has got a bunch of correct answers. I just throw the floor open. Tell me this, tell me that. You guys throw in one question, one answer at a time per text, and I'll tell you whether you're right or not. And if you need help, I'll start giving you hints. We just have a blast. I've been told by my viewers who will watch my trivia show, I learn more watching your trivia show than anything else I ever watch because you bring up such interesting topics. Well, you know, I like to keep it interesting and keep it varied, so why be bored all the time? Let's have some fun with some interesting trivia, and I'll throw you some background info if I can at the same time. D&G, wow, it's amazing how fast your show goes. Laugh out loud, Seakeeper. Trivia tonight, dibs on Tokyo. Blaine is here, see you at 8 o'clock. Richard C. Sorry, Bruce, investment seminar from Vanguard at 8. You're going to have to watch the rerun and then play along with me later. It's the way it's going. Pamela, goodbye. I'll see you next time. That's my favorite design you're wearing, Bruce. Thank you very much. Thank you for loving this, and thanks for enjoying the show and my stuff. You guys are great. I've had a great time. I'm on the air in 2 hours. I'll be back. It's 6 o'clock Eastern right now. I'm on at 8 o'clock Eastern. Prime time trivia on Traveling with Bruce. Don't miss it. Be there or be square. I'm telling you, tell your friends to come on in. If they're not fans of cruise ships, they'll love this. It's a lot of fun. Tracy Dunlop, see you trivia. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate all of you for being here. And Debbie, Imogene, Tracy, Seakeeper, Richard C., and Jordan. Oh, the folks who were here. Alunai was here. Wendy was here today. Suzanne was here today. Sylvia was here. Heather was here today. Steve, Tammy. All the names just keep going. I can't keep up with them all. Desi, I just saw Desi's name. Thank you all for coming by. And I will see you in 2 hours. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce saying thanks for watching me today. Thanks for catching up with this show and catching up on the Carnival Splendor and the takeover of Silversea by Carnival. It's June the 14th, 2018. The 5 o'clock show is over. I'm getting ready for primetime trivia at 8 o'clock. See you in less than 2 hours, everybody. Catch you then. Bye for now.